Alrighty, my name is Peyton Thomas, Speakers for Africa. I'm just going to give you a quick rundown on the way I dress and look when I'm going to the airport. So hopefully you can watch this video and hopefully get a few tips out of this. I know that I would have liked to have seen a video like this when I've traveled to East Africa so much. So let's just get started, right? I'm going in, I'm walking into the airport. This is my backpack. Really, it's kind of my backpack. I don't really have a personal item. If they wanted to get after me, they get after me about this personal item. I really like to have this because I can just flip it right back there in the back and it kind of sags. Probably not going to see it. This is a nice little bag that I'll probably put inside my backpack. But anyways, so before we even get into that, I'm walking right up to the counter of Turkish Airlines, you know. I'm definitely looking a little big, a little fat, probably. Probably don't want to show it off too much, but I got quite a bit underneath this vest. So let's just check it out. This is a great little travel blanket. It's made from the Karamojong warrior tribe in northeastern Uganda. So we'll start here with my travel bag. This is kind of my go everywhere bag. This time I want to sew in or maybe just put with it a wire of some sort, just so that you can't just cut this with the easiest knife. You could cut this thing. So I don't really like that, but I do like, you're not going to really be in many positions that someone's going to come up and snip this off of you. Definitely don't wear it around if you're going to the market or something like that. If you're walking into ShopRite and you've parked somewhere or something like that, it's okay. But if you're out on the street, absolutely not. Like, keep it in here. Don't have this out. You have to keep it in here or something like that. When you're out and about, you have to keep all money and things like this, like, tucked. Sometimes they use belts, other kinds of methods, but I like this one. So anyways, here's your money bag. Great for opening things up, your passport, all that stuff. Everything you need, your yellow card, all that stuff's in here. So anyways, let's get into my vest. This is the good part. So I've weighed this vest at about 8 pounds. This is overkill for sure, but I'm just trying to demonstrate how much you can get on you and some very great things to bring with you. Remember, speed is the name of the game. Keeping up with your shit is the name of the game. Name your stuff. You don't have an opportunity to lose anything or get something broken. If you lose a piece of camera gear or a piece of sound recording equipment or whatever it is, there is no Best Buy. There is no way you can get it repaired, really. There's DHL. You could do that, spend a lot of money and get it in there about 3 days. So that's an option, but then you have to pay taxes and all kinds of stuff on it. So try not to get stuff broken or stolen or taken or lost. It's a lot, which is a lot to ask, because it's quite a bit of responsibility. But when you have a vest like this, I really think it can help keep track with your life. So I keep things like my GoPro either right here in this vest pocket, or I'll get into the belt later. But I have a clip right here. In fact, I can show you with my watch. I can kind of scroll down a little bit. Down here. So yeah, GoPro. You want to be real careful clipping this onto your waist buckle in Uganda. You can't just go around taking pictures. But in case you want to just do that, you can. I keep my headphones here. These shocks are great for inside an airplane. Sometimes it just sucks to have earbuds in your ears for that many hours. It finally starts to hurt. But with these, they're bone condensing and they're just amazing. So, they also have a pretty good microphone on them too if you want to use them for hands-free calling. They don't work near as well as the Apple AirPods, I don't think. But I have these as kind of backups. These also Bluetooth now with the GoPro 12 and above, I believe. So that's kind of nice. You could just always have it Bluetooth switched on, ready to go. So if you needed to do some really quick POV, like interview, selfie type stuff, you could just do that and have your Bluetooth connected already, which is a lot better microphone than the kit. This is a kit with the GoPro 12. It came, it's nice because it's got these inputs here, which are water resistant, which is kind of nice. Mini HDMI, and then USB-C charging and transfer, and mini jack. audio, which is kind of nice. Good microphone right here. Couple cold shoe mounts on the sides. So I keep that stuff in here. Usually keep some these guys on me, like in the airport, go in there, everything like that. But once you get there, no way, take them off. You know, if you're out on safari, it's fine. If you're anywhere in your compound, of course, it's fine. But you know, don't wear them around the mall. Don't wear them. Just make a habit of just not wearing anything like that out and about. It's just not a good habit to get into, because you gonna get your stuff stolen. And one thing that really is a concern for me is you know, they might accidentally like nick you with their finger or something if they try ripping something off of you. I've seen it happen, and it can like hurt. So you just don't want that stuff to happen. You know, I'm a camera person, so I really like to keep my camera stuff close, along with other things. But I keep a pretty powerful lume cube up here. This is 1,000 lumen cube ball, so I think, you know, it's pretty powerful. Definitely great to have. We've got different cords. I keep different cords in here, and I'm about to go over my cord bag with you when I check out the backpack, so stay tuned for this in just 1 second. But you know, I can keep pretty much everything in this vest. I got my notebook here. Gotta have my notebook. There's something about writing it down for me. You know, I can keep my pens in here, pencils, whatever you want to do. Technology's great, but there's just something about writing it down that for me, it just gets in my brain better. So like, I keep things like chapstick. You know, you might want to keep like a little to-go thing of insect repellent. I know it sounds wussy, and obviously if you're going there to live, it's impossible to keep it going. But you know, at least at first, I try to mitigate as many mosquito bites as I can. Especially for people that are new, I would definitely recommend just doing everything you can to stay away from, or keep away from mosquitoes biting you, which is hard. You know, I mean, it's impossible to do. But just try your best. Sleep with a mosquito net, even though it can be hot and stuffy. I would still do it. Definitely take your malaria medication as prescribed, whatever one you want to take. I take doxycycline, and I believe we start about like 4 days before we leave, and then they say take it up to a month after. I don't know. I never have gone the full month. But again, don't do it the way I do it. I'm not saying you should do it that way. You should probably do it exactly how the doctor says. I just don't do it that way. So, another charger bank. You know, this is an American one that will fit into an American type socket. Remember, you're going to a British settled country, so you're going to need something that changes into their adapter. And they have the 3-prong doogie, which is this guy right here. Now in this, I really like this brand. I guess it's called Septix, I guess so. It has a real PD, micro USB-C PD output, which is nice. It's a real 33 watt. The other one. So, you know, just make sure you got something like that. Then you can always plug it in. Keep this stuff with me. You never know when you're going to need to plug things in. And you really want to take advantage of power whenever you can. You never know when power will be out. So if you can remember your items, plug them in whenever you go, but don't forget them. Don't do that. So there's many ways you can keep up with your things. Count. Know that you've got 8 items on you. Do a quick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you don't have all 8, you got a problem. So just do that. Be diligent about your stuff. You don't want to lose anything, especially early in the trip. I've done that. It sucks. Let's see. What else do I got over here? Flashlight. You know, this is a great flashlight from Goal Zero. You can plug it in with USB, which is great because you always need light in East Africa. Always need light. Let's see. I think I've got more in here. Okay, and what I say, you always need power banks. You cannot get enough power banks. Power banks on power banks on power banks. Make sure they're airline safe. Here's an example of one. You'll find this funny. This is in the back of the vest. Goal Zero. This is a great power bank because it is AC, 12 volt, and it's pretty beefy. It's also mag charger. So I really like this one. It's great. You know, another thing about the vest that you might be worried about is like, am I going to look like a suicide bomber when I go into TSA? And the answer is maybe. But, You're not. So that's the only thing that matters. You're not a terrorist and you're not going to blow things up. And I mean, think about how nice it would be to just take this whole thing off, put it in one of those TSA bins, boop, and pretty much be done with it. There's nothing in this bag that you really, or in this vest that you really need to take out much more, I don't think. And then that leads me to my backpack. Oh, well, let's just, before we go move on to that, you know, again, this vest is, can't stress enough how important having something like this is, and keeping all your things with you. Once you get onto the plane, now, oh, another pro tip on this is making sure you keep all your zippers zipped up. You don't want anything falling out. Like you can see, this is kind of a hard time getting in there, and this is Velcro, so I might want to think about maybe putting like a button or some kind of adhesive to adhere better to that somehow. I'm not sure. On this full way that I'm suggesting to do before, but I've heard of other people doing it, and I know it'll work. But you know, having a little bag like this is great. It has all the real essentials I need. Bungee cord, really strong flashlight that actually flips to the ball cap. And, you know, I also have like another power plug adapter thing, along with a lighter, something, you know, like got a little bit of gum in here, got a little, make sure you got plenty of these things going around. You just, I mean, you want to keep track of that stuff. Hard to come by, it's valuable, you know, can easily just go missing. So even around maybe friends, just keep an eye on your stuff. Another nice thing, keeping everything in the back, or in a vest like this. I mean, shoot, I even can keep, you know, I'll even keep maybe my hard drive in here when I'm going to the, you know, gonna be in the airplane for a long time. It stinks to get up and down, grabbing your bag all the time, so just keep everything in here. But again, if you open a compartment, close it. Open it, close it. Just make a habit that if you're going to open something, you have to close it. Because worst thing is you're going to drop this or put it down real quick, something's going to fall out. Again, you ain't going to get it back. But, you know, I keep my wireless microphones on deck. If I pull this up, it'll be another one like this. They're pretty good. I kind of wish I had have spent the extra $150 and gotten the better version, so I might still do that if I ever get money. But okay, let's take this off because it's hot. It blazes with this thing on for some reason. Here is my amazing belt. It is also a security belt of sorts, tactical belt of sorts. It's got a little zipper in here. Hide $100 bill. You know, maybe wrap it in like maybe a piece of plastic, and then like a piece of tape or something, you know, just kind of protect it, because it is going to get squished in there a little bit. It's going to get wet from your waist. Remember that too. So that's why the plastic might be important. Man, you never know when you might want that $100 bill, when you might need that $100 bill. If everything gets stolen off of you and you got to exchange money, that might be the only way you can do it. It's also nice because you can take something like this off. You can find your backpack and clip right on the back of your chair, wherever you are. Just keep your stuff clipped to you, keep yourself around you, keep yourself on you, and you won't get things stolen. So this belt is great, and I really love this. This is like prison guard strength, retractable line, cannot be cut, and I have it attached to my phone. So I have these little wires that I basically use Gorilla Tape, and I put in between the phone and the case. I look like a crazy person. My phone looks terrible, but I don't care. I don't want it to look good. I want it to look bad. In fact, sometimes I've even taken a screen protector and like cracked a little bit and put that on there. So I hope that's helpful, because I put this and I'll clip that to it, and if I'm picking up my phone and making a phone call, man, they've got to really put some effort into getting that thing from me. Like if they take that from me, they better hope it breaks and snaps off somehow. Otherwise, I'm going with it. That you're not going to get this off. So, unless someone was good enough to, like, grab it, clip this, because you got to use 2 fingers. It actually took me a while. You got to, like, kind of know what you're doing to get this thing off. Pretty interesting. Again, the GoPro clip, amazing to have on. Because you can even, if, like, in a time of quick, you can just like bring this up here, put that thing on there like that, bada boom, bada bang. Check, get a nice, good firm stance so you can get a good, nice wide pan, or like when the kids are running down the field, like run up there, like get a nice, good stance, get a low center, tuck your butt in, and then just like, you know what I mean? So I wear this all the time. This is like a daily attire type situation for me. And if I were going out, I would just probably do it like this, That's how I'd roll. And I'd stick it. Like here it is, Stick it kind of down in my pants like that. So that way when I go to pay, it's my business, you know what I mean? It's my situation. Nobody's going to know about my money and all that. If you're new to Ugandan currency, it will be confusing. 10, 5, 20,000 shilling notes will be new. It'll take a little while to get used to, but you'll figure it out. And, with a bag like this, you can kind of just put this down here. Bada boom, bada, put that right back down in there. You're good. Because even if someone really cuts this, they're going to have to yank it out of there. And just, you're pretty good there. Keep this like that. I like this because I can kind of whip it back and forth. Okay, last but not least, the backpack. I really like this backpack because it in and of itself is a security bag. The straps are corded. They've got metal cords in them, so you can't cut them. Every hook, you've got to like flip this thing first and then push this down, and it's like a whole thing. It's RFID scanner proof. So, man, I strongly encourage everything you get RFID scanner resistant or proof, because scanning your debit cards and your credit cards is such a rampant thing, and I really hope that you be careful with that. So I get a backpack that like the front is RFID, this side is, this whole bag, this money bag is RFID scan proof. So there's that. Now, inside this bag, it's a pretty small bag, but on Turkish Airlines they only allow 17.6 pounds. So that is, not a whole heck of a lot. But again, that's why I put like 8 pounds on me, yo. It's amazing. So, I really try to keep everything organized. I strongly suggest like a fishing tackle kit such as this. I've got all kinds of stuff. I'll label it like GoPro. I put different patches in there, different adapters to different things, maybe your micro SD cards. I'm not really sure what you want. I really try to keep a lot of cord wrap things with me and just keep your stuff wrapped up if you can. And I always keep dude wipes with me. I know it's such a gimmick, right? But dude wipes are awesome. I always just keep some in my bag and try to give dude wipes a shout out from Uganda as much as we can too, because they're awesome. So yeah, keep a little tackle box like this. It's amazing like that, and I'll attach a lot of stuff to stuff. You never know when you're going to need it. So think of it very much like camping. You're going camping with electricity most of the time, running water most of the time, hot water probably not. Well, it depends on where you are. TV sometimes, maybe even all the time, depends on where you are. A really, really, really tough, hard, horrible trip, depends on where you are. Or the most beautiful, wonderful experience of your life, and the safest place you've ever been, and the most secure and welcomed and comfortable you've ever felt. So, depends on where you go and what you do and how you do it. Just trying to give you some tips. Shoot, I even have like these kinds of watches, that open up into string. It's also a whistle. You never know. I actually usually do wear one over there because it has like a little knife in it, a little way to start a fire. It's got some pretty cool things. When I'm going through TSA, I like to have my things in boxes. That way you can just get to the security. And now in my situation, I'd open my bag, put these things in it. They like to see computers, especially out, so you have to take out your laptop, anything like that. I don't think tablets, but maybe not tablets. No, actually, just go ahead and take them out. Take them out with your laptop like this. Put your 2 tablets or a tablet or whatever you have on there. If you have extra cell phones, leave them in the backpack. You don't need to take out a cell phone. But toiletry bag, very important to keep this stuff with you because I've lost my bags on the way there. They've been gone 4 days before. You want to have your essentials with you, but you don't want to go overkill because customs might say, hey, too many liquids, toss one. So just be judicious, keep it to 3.5 ounces. I like one that clips onto something, great for the bathrooms. I keep a thermometer in there to see if I'm running temperature. I like to keep certain meds. I like to keep ciprofloxacin with me. Definitely keep Tylenol, Advil, things like that. I don't know about much else. You know, I do keep quite a bit of hand sanitizer with me. Hand sanitizer. Do you hear that? Hand sanitizer with me. Lotions, although Uganda's got great climate, so my skin does quite well there. But I do recommend a good travel bag like that. So, you know, you get to that TSA line, you take this off, you put that in one container. This backpack, probably in one container. Laptop, whatever else, electronic, in one container. Shoes, take your shoes off and put them in a bucket or a container with this kind of stuff. Remember, your things, try to keep it to 3 or 4 buckets. You can take as many as you want, but I'd try to do 3 or 4, and then that way you know you got 3. If you don't have 3, you're not ready to leave yet. Do everything in numbers because you're moving fast. There's a shoot ton of people around you. It's international travel. You've probably been up for hours and hours and hours. You're hungry, you're tired. You know, it's easy to make mistakes. We'll have each other's backs, but still just keep in mind that this will be some of the stuff. So I think I've gone over pretty much everything that I can for the time being. Thank you for tuning in. I hope this was a little bit of help for you. The only thing you didn't see on me, I'd love to just show you really fast. It's worth it. One thing that's really nice to have is this clamp right here. Uganda is just the type of place you want to clamp stuff to. Plus, light, hard thing to come across sometimes. So just keep in mind, I also use a Joby Gorilla arm, and yeah, pretty much that's about it. So I just like things that clamp on stuff. I would love to show you a few other things, but I think this pretty much completes our segment. So anyways, thank you very much. Peyton Thomas here, Speakers for Africa. Appreciate y'all, and hopefully this was some help for you. Later.